It's 2:14 in the morning. The power is out, the hallway is completely dark, and the elevator has stopped. Your phone is at 18%. Then the water pressure drops, and a message from the building manager says there is no estimate for when service will return. You pull your 72-hour emergency kit from under the bed. It has food, a flashlight, a first aid pouch, and a few bottles of water. On paper, you prepared. But by the end of the first day, you realize the kit was built for a checklist, not for the way an apartment actually fails. A 72-hour kit is not useless. It is a strong starting point. The problem is, believing one bag can solve every emergency for 3 full days. In an apartment, the weak points are limited storage, shared utilities, locked entrances, dark stairwells, indoor heat, sanitation, communication, and the possibility that you may need to leave without using an elevator. By the end of this video, you will know how to turn a basic kit into a compact apartment system without filling your home with expensive gear. The first mistake is treating water as a fixed item instead of a changing problem. A few bottles may cover drinking for a short period, but apartment water problems affect more than thirst. You may need water for medication, pets, simple food preparation, cleaning, and hygiene. If the building loses pressure, the problem grows every hour. The correct principle is to separate stored water from water capacity. Stored water is what you already have. Water capacity is your ability to collect, carry, and manage more when you receive warning or when service returns briefly. In a small apartment, that can mean a few rotating containers, plus one collapsible container that stays empty until needed. A compact filter may help in the right situation, but it does not make every unknown water source safe. You do not need heavy containers stacked against a wall. You need enough water for the immediate gap, a practical way to expand your supply, and a rotation habit. The second mistake is counting one flashlight as a lighting plan. A flashlight works when you are moving. It is far less useful when you need both hands to prepare food, help a child, organize medication, or walk down a stairwell. When the only light is carried into another room, everyone else is left in the dark. The better principle is layered lighting. Use a small rechargeable lantern for the main room, a headlamp for movement, and a simple flashlight near the exit. Choose lights with low settings because maximum brightness drains power quickly. A compact lantern earns its space because it lights a room while leaving your hands free. Someone with reliable built-in emergency lighting may not need another one. But if your plan depends on the flashlight inside your phone, this is one of the first gaps to fix. The third mistake is storing devices without creating a charging plan. A power bank sitting in a drawer at 20% is not backup power. Neither is a pile of cables that does not match your devices. During an outage, phones become clocks, maps, contact lists, weather tools, and sometimes the only connection to building updates. The correct principle is to protect communication before entertainment. Keep one charged power bank dedicated to emergencies, the correct cables with it, and a written list of important numbers. If you use rechargeable lights, make sure your battery can charge them. If several people live in the apartment, decide which devices receive power first. A large power station can be useful, but it is not automatically the best first purchase for a renter. It takes space, costs more, and still has limits. For many apartments, a smaller charging system, efficient lights, and an emergency radio solve the first communication problems with less cost and storage. But what happens when the kit is full and the apartment itself becomes the problem? That brings us to the fourth mistake, planning to stay but never planning to move. You may be safe inside your unit, but smoke elsewhere in the building, a plumbing failure, prolonged heat, or an official evacuation may force you to leave. The elevator may not work. The garage gate may not open normally. Electronic access may behave differently during a power failure. Your plan needs a small exit layer, not just a storage layer. Keep sturdy shoes near the bed. Put essential medication, identification copies, cash, keys, and one charging cable in a pouch you can grab quickly. Know at least 2 ways out. Walk the stairs before an emergency and notice where the doors lead. If you have a pet, keep the carrier accessible instead of buried in a closet. For older adults, caregivers, or anyone with limited mobility, a heavy kit that cannot be carried downstairs is not a working kit. Split supplies into smaller modules. Keep daily essentials close to the exit. Write down who may need help and which neighbor, relative, or building contact should be called first. I put together a compact list of apartment-sized items that solve these gaps: lighting, charging, water, and the basic kit itself. No giant gear wall and no random gadgets. It is pinned in the comments if you want to compare it with what you already have before spending anything. The fifth mistake is preparing for hunger while ignoring temperature and sanitation. Shelf-stable food gets most of the attention because it is easy to understand. But during an apartment blackout, heat can become the larger problem, especially in upper-floor units with limited airflow. In cold weather, normal heating may also disappear. The principle is to prepare for the indoor environment, not just the calendar. For heat, identify the coolest room, block direct sunlight, keep battery-powered airflow available, and prioritize water and rest. A portable fan may improve comfort for families, older adults, and pets, but it is not air conditioning. For cold, use layers, blankets, and one smaller occupied room to conserve warmth. Never bring grills, camp stoves, or outdoor generators inside an apartment or enclosed hallway. Sanitation is the quiet failure that appears after the dramatic moment. If water service stops, hand washing, toilet use, trash, and food cleanup become harder. Add heavy-duty trash bags, disposable gloves, soap or sanitizer, paper towels, and a simple waste plan. These items are compact and often more useful than another novelty survival tool. Now, for the less obvious limitation, a complete kit can still fail because nobody maintains it. Batteries discharge, food gets eaten and not replaced. Phone cables change, medications expire, a pet may no longer fit the old carrier. The building may change its access system while your plan still assumes the old door works. Instead of trusting the number 72, schedule a simple apartment check a few times a year. Charge power banks. Test every light. Rotate water and food. Confirm that keys, access cards, contact numbers, and medications are current. Pick up the bag and carry it. If it is too heavy, split it. If you cannot reach it quickly, move it. Build your plan in layers. Layer 1 covers the first few minutes. Light, shoes, phone, keys, and immediate safety. Layer 2 covers the first day. Water, communication, medication, food, pet needs, and sanitation. Layer 3 extends your independence. Additional water capacity, more charging, temperature control, replacement batteries, and supplies for a disruption that lasts longer than expected. This works better in an apartment because every item has a job, each layer can be stored separately, and you are not depending on one oversized bag. Now return to that dark apartment at 2:14 in the morning. The hallway is still black, the elevator is still down, the building manager still has no repair estimate, but this time you're not digging through one crowded kit and discovering what is missing. A lantern lights the room. Your phone is charging. Water is stored, with extra capacity available. Shoes in your exit pouch are by the door. The pet carrier is accessible. Everyone knows which stairwell to use and what gets carried first. The emergency did not become smaller. Your uncertainty did. Check your kit today and answer one question. What is the first apartment problem it cannot solve? Water, power, heat, sanitation, or evacuation? Leave your answer in the comments. And if this helped you build a calmer, more realistic plan, like the video and subscribe to PrepLogic.